Good morning. This is Brad Kinchelaw. I'm principal of Park Hill High School. We're already having some technical difficulties this morning. Our bell system is confused because it's Wednesday, and typically there would be no students here on a Wednesday, but this week, because of the holiday, there are. So today we have Group A, and we'll have Group A again tomorrow, and then Friday will be a B group day. I've got a number of items I want to share with you today, and I will be sharing them throughout the school day. Each block, I will interrupt the beginning of your period with a list of instructions and explanations. So the first thing I want to talk about today is welcome to Park Hill. We had a school day yesterday. All went very, very well here. I hope all went very well with you at home as well, because it is important that you keep up with your studies every day. So the days that you're here, it's more obvious and typical and usual for you. The days that you are home, you still have to keep up. Notice in the hallways, there's lots of arrows indicating which are one-way hallways and which are two-way hallways. The two-way hallways go to dead-end areas, and the one-way hallways will get you through the building with relative ease and keep everyone safe. So you have to pay attention to the one-way hallways during passing time and before school. Again, the arrows are the arrows for direction in the hallways in passing times between classes and before school. After school and during class times, you need not pay attention to the arrows. And it is important that during class time you recognize that, because we will be talking about a restroom pass that's different than we've had anything before. And the restroom is called an E-pass. Anytime that you need to leave the classroom, you'll need to go through the process of getting an E-pass. And your teachers can help you with that, but what you'll do is you'll log on to e-hallpass.com. That's e-hallpass.com. And it'll lead you through the process. But if you just raise your hand and say to your teacher, I need to use restroom, he or she will ask, are you filling out an E-pass? And you'll say yes, and they will okay that if it's appropriate time to go. And then you can head off to the restroom or to the printer or wherever it is that you need to go. If you are going to the restroom, there is a specific restroom location that you must use. Teachers, if you would please point to the restroom indicator color on your wall so they will remember where that is and know that that's the restroom to which they must go. The reason we have the E-pass and the reason we have you go to that particular restroom is for contact tracing. We, of course, hope that no one's going to be exposed to COVID and we won't have to go through contact tracing, but we recognize that today's day and age, it is very likely that someone will be exposed to another person who's tested positive. And if that's the case, we need to know where you've been. And so we may have to look at the E-pass, which will keep a record of who was in which restroom at what time, and that will help us with the contact tracing. So we appreciate your cooperation with that. And along that same line, someone you know, someone with whom you live, someone with whom you work, play sports, whatever it might be, may come in contact with a person who's tested positive, or you might test positive, or whatever that may be, a family member. Anytime there's any sort of contact with COVID, you need to be sure that you let us know, and that's by telling the nurse here at the school, and be sure you tell Ms. Smith up in the office. So contact the nurse and let her know that you have had contact with someone who's tested positive, or that there are symptoms, or that you have symptoms, and also tell Ms. Smith. We want to be sure and keep everyone safe, and part of that safety is good reporting of anything that would expose someone to COVID. If you do not have your computer because you forgot your computer today, then remember that you have to bring your computer every day. If you do not have your computer because you never picked one up, please tell your teacher at this time, right now, tell your teacher, I did not pick up a computer before school starts, and teachers will report that information to Mr. Fryatt, and we'll see if we can expedite that process of getting you connected with your computer. The last thing I want to talk to you about this morning are masks. Now, when I first came on this morning, I had this mask. This is my favorite mask. It's from our outstanding volleyball team. They've hooked me up with this. This is really nice. But I have some other masks. This is the one I used to wear. Notice that this mask is tied over the nose and tied at the bottom as well. Your mask must be the same. Some of you will use more of a paper mask like this, and that's fine too. It's tied over the nose and it's secure at the bottom, and that makes sure that everyone is safe. We have the responsibility to keep ourselves safe, and we have the responsibility to keep others safe as well. Some of you may prefer this sort of a mask, and it is appropriate as well. Notice it's tied over the nose and it's secure at the bottom. And so this is another kind of mask that's okay to wear as well. It's over the nose and it's secure at the bottom. This one's one of my very favorites. I call it my duck mask. It is the mask that is similar to those that we're getting for the choir for their singing, because notice that it comes out away from your face and lets your lips do what their lips are supposed to do, and that's to articulate more clearly. So a variety of masks, but make sure you have one that is tight over the nose and make sure it's tight at the bottom. Now, if you have a gaiter, that too would be tight over the nose and tight at the bottom. But a bandana, for instance, even if you keep it over your nose, it's not tight at the bottom. And as a consequence, a bandana is not sufficient face protection. You have to have good face protection. You have to wear a good mask. So with that, take care, have a good first block, and I will give you some more information at the beginning of second block. Have a good morning.